So finally, I'm here at Dalhousie Springs, getting ready to cross the Simpson Desert, or as is now known, Mungu Fury. I suppose it's always been known as that. I'm not sure how to pronounce that Aboriginal name, but all respect to them. Munga Fury? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. I did say Mungu Fury, but it's Munga. So we've got a day visitor area just down there, which leads you to the Dalhousie Springs. So you can go for a bit of a hot swim, I suppose, in the thermal pools down there. I'll do a bit of rundown on that later on. There's plenty of videos about it, so it won't be anything lengthy. We spent 2 days coming up from Adelaide. First day was in Coober Pedy, stayed at Coober Pedy overnight, and I've got to thank Greg Sparrow from Coober Pedy Adventure Bike Riders for his contribution to showing us around the town, showing us all the various tourist sites there. And he did a great job of taking us underground in an open mine where we drove the full drive, not the motorbike, and we went in there, and it's absolutely wonderful. So check it out at the end of this video here. You're going to love it. It's a very unique thing. It's not something the public can generally do. It might be open later on. He's just trialing a few things out at the moment, so you can't do it. It's with permission. Don't even try it, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so here I am. The campgrounds are just 100 meters down there. The official start to Simpson Desert is many kilometers down that way. The ranger's hut is over there. The campground itself has got some fairly average sort of facilities. You've got toilets, long drop toilets, showers, which are cold, so that's fine. It's pretty warm at the moment. It's almost the middle of winter here, and I think it's 24 degrees, and I'm really feeling the temperature. The temperature up here is I suppose the heat is very biting, so yeah, that's great, yeah. And I'm fighting off these flies. They're everywhere. I suppose you just get used to them. There's flies everywhere. I feel like I'm Lord of the Flies. Don't forget to bring one of these. They look a bit dicky, but tell you what, you'll appreciate it. So let's go and have a look at the campgrounds, the facilities here, and we'll check out the springs. Let's go. So you do have a couple of recycling depots in this area. So if you bring in rubbish in, I suppose use those. They're just big, large bins you can drop your rubbish in. It's always handy, not to take the rubbish across the Simpson Desert. So yeah, save your space in your car and use them. So you've got Mount Dare track 3 kilometres west of here. That way, there is a dump point there, and Pernie Birdsville track 4 kilometres east of here. That way, you'll find bins to dump off all your rubbish. So let's go and have a look at the toilets and showers. A couple of information signs. Bingo safe. Okay. There's a wood fire ban, so yeah, you can't have fires. You can't, I don't think you can't even bring your own wood in, I believe. So yeah, that's it. Do what you do. Toilets, rainwater. Can't guarantee how good it is. Then you have women's and men's toilets and showers. Bit of a wash-up station over here. You can go to the information bay, and there's self-registration there, and there's a card-only telephone there, something 100 metres away. So passes and permits, please ensure that you display all passes and permits clearly on your vehicle windscreen. All right, I've got that in the car, in the support car. Obviously a bit of a wash drop there. Just outside the toilets, you're going to get a bit of information, which I assume the rangers write this up on a daily basis. They should really put a date on it as to when they wrote that up. So yeah, looks like some of that information is fairly old about the track conditions. So the best thing, I suppose, is to talk to other riders and drivers coming out of here, which if you go to Mount Dare, you're going to see plenty of them. I reckon there was probably about 20 motorbikes there at Mount Dare last night. Yeah, information for travellers. If you get a desert pass, which you're supposed to do if you're in a car or even on a motorbike, you desert pass, and it'll give you all this information. Toilets and showers is pretty basic, but here to wash the grub off you. Ooh, sink. So once you get here, you may not have a park pass. You can book and pay for camping or desert parks online. Please call 86485328. You have to proceed that with a local area code, which I think would be 08. Do you have a Telstra phone here too? Free phone. National calls. Pretty cool. It's best to get your park permits done online before you come here. Now, when you do get your permit, you'll get an information book, which has got a lot of valuable information in it. I think one thing to consider is the time of the year that you're actually going to cross the Simpson Desert. Now, they do have a summer closure. So the Simpson Desert, Munga Fury, Simpson Desert National Park in South Australia and Queensland are closed from the 1st of December to the 15th of March. This is the early part of June. and yeah, perfect conditions for riding. So extreme summertime temperatures, sorry, I was just reading the German part there. Extreme summertime temperatures of 40 to 50 degrees Celsius create a high risk to your safety, I suppose, yeah. So you're going to need to bring plenty of water if you're looking at doing it in the hotter parts of the year, but you can't cross it during the closure points, which are 1st of December to the 15th of March each year. And that could change, guys. So just, get onto the websites, the various websites, and just make sure you got all your information up to date. You don't want to be that one person who gets stuck out there in the middle of summer, because you'll die. To go beyond this point, you need a desert park pass. It's required for all vehicles. That includes motorcycles, and it can get quite pricey. I think ours was about $190. Allows us to go across the Simpson Desert and various other deserts in South Australia. Personally, I think it's a rip-off. But anyway, it is what it is. So it's a remote wilderness area. There's no habitation or services for the next 450k. So you've got to be ready for that. You've got to have plenty of water. You've got to have plenty of fuel. I'm supported. So I've got all that back up there with a couple of four-wheel drives. I've also got a couple of motorbike riders going with me, which I'll introduce later on. So you're going to do it unsupported. Do your research. I've seen quite a few guys going out today who are well set up for a unsupported solo crossing. So think about that, guys, if you're coming out here. So there's been a bit of rain. It only takes 6 to 10 mils for them to close the tracks. Keep an eye on a website run by the South Australian Government, which I'll put a link down below here. I believe it's called South Australian Outback Road Conditions. It'll tell you whether the roads are open or closed. The roads we come in on from Mount Dare to here was orange, which means heavy vehicles and four-wheel drives are permitted, and all the previous tracks were all the same as well. So this is open. Be very aware of the weather coming up here, during your crossing and after your crossing. Speaks for itself, I think, but if the weather changes whilst you're on the track and you get a lot of, I suppose, heavy rain and that, you could be stuck there for days, weeks, who knows how long. You may need to be recovered. I don't know. So be prepared for that sort of stuff to happen. If you've watched the, I suppose, the Bureau of Meteorology's website fairly closely, you should be pretty safe. But also keeping consideration that once you do actually cross, you get to Birdsville, or you come back over here to Dalhousie, or I suppose Mount Dare, that you have to consider what the weather's going to be like leaving this area, getting back to main civilization. So at the moment, the Warburton crossing closed due to flooding. We have extra fuel, extra water on that to allow for that. We've considered that into our planning.
Yeah, it's still nice underneath,
Yeah,
nice dark.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Damn minute.
I got the bike.
Many friendly warm.
This is absolutely awesome. I think it's about 37, 38 degrees. Well, got something following me there like a big tail. Let's adjust that. So with these things, you either have a tail or something else. Yeah, so 38 degrees, the boys were saying earlier on. Probably, 36 degrees, to tell you the truth. But it is really good. There's a lot of bike riders here coming back from the Fink. So they've done a day's riding from Fink to here. And obviously rock washing the dust off and getting ready to go across the Simpson. Well, some of them are. And some of them going off to Unadilla and I suppose Maree and places like that. So quite a lot of Queensland riders over here at the moment. So anyway, there's a few people doing the old GoPro thing here. It is well worth doing. There's little fish in the water. They come up and they bite you, they nibble away and take away the dead skin. There's lots of flies around, and soon the mosquitoes are coming out. I believe that the flies start to disappear, they take off into the bush, mosquitoes come out and they high-five each other and take over the position, So, yeah. All right, so if you're going to come here, give this a shot. Come for a swim. It's, fairly shallow in spots, It's just above waist height there, but other areas it's like well over your head. There's probably about a good 100, 120 people here at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy the swim. That was absolutely wonderful. It was great swim. Interesting having all the little fishies biting on you and stuff like that. I think I lost about 10 kilograms of skin. So exfoliated, defoliated, whatever it is. But yeah, feeling good. Some people say they go and stay in there for 10, 20 minutes or so. I reckon I could stay in there all day, to tell you the truth. It was great. So we're going to go for another swim in the morning. So yeah, sun's about to go down. Back to have a feed.